Salutations from space, folks. This is Gemini Brett with the second introductory video into this Leo-Venus synodic cycle for our community, the sovereign scepter of the lioness. And this is the Who introductory video. So who? You. Each and every one of you who choose to participate in this honoring of the divine feminine essence through this 19-month practice, key to the movements of Venus, Earth, and Sun. Today is Monday, August 17th, 2015. The day of the moon is Monday, and you can see the moon just there. It's in the 4th degree of Libra, very close to the autumnal equinox point, having just crossed the north lunar node. But we're here to talk about Leo, and this is Diana's bow, this sliver of a crescent for the Leo moon cycle. We had new moon on August 14th, and a new Venus on August 15th. And this is the who that we're here to talk about. So yes, all of you and me, those of us who are devoting ourselves to this practice of honoring the divine feminine energy, the archetypal ascent of the global goddess, and participating with Venus as she investigates the mystery school of Leo during this cycle. So the grander who is Venus, who is Leo, and who is Leo Venus. I was going to read to you from many astrological texts about just who and what Venus represents. But since we don't have too much time out here, let me just say that Venus is this. She is beauty, and many would suggest that she is Libra or that she is Taurus. But in this cycle, she is Leo. Shamanic astrology, the stock of my starry stew, suggests that Venus represents the divine feminine in all of us, that Venus's placement by sign on your birth chart will reference the essence of the divine feminine, her archetypal form that is chosen to express through you in this lifetime. So I'm going to flash on this screen here just some one-liners for Venus in each of the signs as suggested by Shamanic astrology, this paradigm visioned forth by Daniel Gemario and Kaylin Castell. See if that resonates with your own personal Venus. If you don't know where Venus is on your birth chart, you can go to the home page of my website, morethanastrology.com, and there's a chart generator just there below the links to my storytelling podcast episodes. And the links for this 13th flower Venus group, maybe mark those links as well. There's a YouTube playlist for the videos that I'll post, including this one, a SoundCloud playlist for the many interviews and meditations and storytellings with Maria Stark performing music along the way. The quest of the divine feminine. Many speak of the return of the divine feminine, but how could she really ever leave? We can follow her movements over time to investigate just what she is investigating. And we'll be speaking also about the sacred masculine energies, for the feminine and the masculine are always together. And I'm not talking about girls and boys here. Please know that when we speak about feminine and masculine, we're speaking about yin and yang principles, not female and male. Though they do show up differently, usually for female and male, and these are the types of questions we'll be getting into. But just to talk about the who now, this merging and emerging Venus in Leo. We have to talk about Leo, the lioness, the sovereign queen, the illuminated leader, the playful creator. Leo is a fire sign. And I think I'll add to the 13th Flower playlist a movie I made some time ago called The Periodic Fables of the Elements, Part 1. If you'd like to dive deeper into my view of what the fire is all about. And Leo is a fixed sign, the second signs of the season. Seasons begin with cardinal signs. For the summer, this is Cancer, summer solstice. And the fixed sign is the next sign, Leo, when the energy of the season is fully fixed in. The longest day at summer solstice, 0 degrees Cancer, but Leo is the times when it is warmest here in the northern hemisphere. And the old systems teach then that Leo is ruled by the sun. So to unfold this energy of Leo Venus, we can first look into the fire and into the nature of the fixed signs. Fire, traditionally said to be the yang right brain, the spirit and the will. So there are 3 fire signs. The first is Aries, the first sign on the traditional wheel of life. The second, Leo, and the third, Sagittarius. And I like to say that Aries, the pioneering spirit, the rugged individualist, this is the spark that starts the fire. Leo is the roaring flames of the cauldron. Self-love, confidence that is not cockiness, pride that is not arrogance. Lions roll in pride after all. And when those flames roar, then the smoke rises. And this is Sagittarius, the service to spirit of the fire element that travels far and wide and rises to the heavens. In my systems, the cardinal sign, Aries, is service to others, as warrior, as protector, as pioneer. And shamanic astrology suggests that the fixed signs, like Leo, are service to self-interest. I prefer this term service to self-growth. And I always follow that by bringing forth the Hermetic wisdom that taught as above, so below, as within, so without. Later, we hear things like the kingdom of heaven is on earth. Well, of course, so is the kingdom of hell. Take your choice, and maybe choose both to have a full experience here in the earth game. As within, so without. And I would suggest this means then that we truly bring healing to the world by healing ourselves. And this is why I love that these are called the fixed signs, not only because the essence of the season is fully fixed at their time, but because fix yourself to fix the world. So Leo does this in the fires of will and spirit. It is cultivating that true sense of self-love, this greatest gift of bringing love to the world, and therefore this is a service to others. It is a service to spirit. You know, we're told in newspaper astrology that Leo needs the stage and Leo needs the spotlight. This is true in Leo's early octaves. But in its core essence, in its brilliance, I say the stage needs Leo, because Leo is the spotlight, the illuminated one who has lit those flames of the cauldron so brightly that others can ignite their candles from that torch simply by unwrapping the present of true Leo presence. So in this practice of this 19-month Venus synodic cycle, a practice of healing, a practice of releasing the clutter from our body's energetic systems, reassemblage and reclamation of those same centers to cycle up to a higher octave of the lioness. This is about cultivating this sense of true self-love. It's so easy for us to love others. Why is it so hard for us to love ourselves? Truly love ourselves. You know those times when you're just deeply in love? Suddenly you're oozing that essence and you're the most attractive thing ever. Everyone on the bus is staring at you. I want some of that. And you're like, where were these people 6 months ago when I was lonely, you know? And now I have eyes for no others. How can we learn to love ourselves that much? So that even in times when we are single, we are still walking in this way of true higher love and giving that gift of love to all. Because cultivating that self-love helps keep us from trying to claim some other to complete us, which in a sense is a greed of need. What is it to complete ourselves, to conduct the sacred marriage? For when we are complete, then we can welcome our complement, someone else who is also complete onto themselves. And Leo is about this quest in many ways. And in our dance together with this Venus synodic cycle, these 19 months that began August 15th, 2015, and will wrap up on March 31st, 2017, we'll be looking not only into the divine feminine essence, but to the sacred masculine essence, to marrying the two within, to give rise to the androgyne, the child, the true miracle of the one great work here in this dance of yin and yang, this calling of full participation in the earth game. So the roar of the lioness, the sovereign scepter of the queen, what is it to be a true self-loving creator, a true illuminated leader? What is required for us to hold that space? How has that space been challenged to the feminine investigation for far too long? But how can we stop pointing fingers at culture, at history, at our own experience even? How can we heal our hearts from pain, from shame, from guilt, so that we can truly reclaim the burning flame? And this goddess is about that. So this investigation, this practice over 19 months that will feature interviews with many guests, astrological investigations, astronomical unfoldings, cosmological, mythological, storytelling. We're about releasing that which would keep us from owning this true, playful, imaginative, manifestive creation without hesitation. So we'll look deeper into this who, this Leo lioness, through mythology, through astrology. We'll look at her birth chart, that August 15th, 2015, 12:21 p.m. Pacific Standard Time chart. Also the chart of her heliacal rising. We'll be looking to the charts every time the moon finds Venus in the morning sky, and later in the second half of the cycle when the crescent moon embraces Venus in the evening sky. And well, we're just going to have a lot of fun with this, because Leo is also about that. Fun, play, and apparently also loud airplanes. Can we fly high together, but also can we dive deep? This is not about running away from the shadow, but running into it to find the light on the other side of that tunnel. When the big wave comes, you cannot run away. The only way to peace on the other side is to dive through. So understand that Leo, who also holds courage, will support us in this quest, because this will be a courageous quest. This is a quest of self-healing held by a container of a loving community. And I'm so glad that you are expressing interest in joining. So again, on morethan.astrology.com, you can run your chart, you can find out where Venus was. Through some of my teachings during the course of this thing, I'll be showing you the different Leo overtones so you can know which of the global investigations of the Divine Feminine you were born to participate with. We will see how those investigations, those archetypal callings, shift through time for the Divine Feminine quest. We will see how those shifts have resonated with historical unfoldment of the feminine energy here at home and worldwide. We're gonna learn a lot. We'll get some answers, and we'll get many more questions. So thank you for joining. Run your chart, check out your Venus. Please mark or subscribe to the YouTube playlist, the 13th Flower, which you can find at morethan.astrology.com. The same thing for the audio playlist at SoundCloud. The links are there. And join us on the Facebook group if you do Facebook, the Sovereign Scepter of the Lioness. There is also a link there at morethan.astrology.com under the 13th Flower Venus Synodic Cycle. I think I'm going to set before this moon does. I've got an early morning tomorrow to conduct my first interview for our quest. And this is a great astrologer who lives on the East Coast, so I'll be waking up early. Sweet dreams to you. I will see you very soon. Next, I will follow with the video of the what, looking into some of the astronomy of the Venus Synodic Cycle. And then the how, which will look deeper into the timeline and the practice that calls us forth in our participation to honor the lioness. Love and planets. This is your friendly astronaut, Gemini Brett, signing off. I will see you in space.